Hi everyone, I'm Betsy from Hair How To. I share hairstyle tutorials where you can learn step by step with easy to follow directions. This week's video features a traditional men's haircut. I'm going to be using scissors instead of clippers. This makes a great haircut for any of your male clients that have thin hair. You're able to keep the length and the fullness on the top while keeping the sides short and tight around the edges. Okay, so I'm going to start this haircut on the side and I'm going to work my way around doing the perimeter. So I'm going to start the haircut right here and I'm just going to take the sideburns even to the top of the ear. Okay, so I'm just going to comb his hair down and fold his ear over, and I'm going to come in behind the ear. In the very back here, I'm going to take the hairline up just a little bit, and I can clean up all the edges with the trimmers after I'm done with his haircut. Okay, now that I'm on the other side, I'm just going to fold down his ear on this side, and I'm going to trim up the hairline, moving towards the ear. Okay, and once I get close to the ear, I'm going to keep it folded over, and I'm just going to trim around it. I'm just going to pull his ear out of the way, and I'm going to back cut in the sideburns. And these little pieces in the front, I like to comb those forward and just trim those up, and it gives it a natural layered effect. Okay, starting with the sides right here, I'm going to take a 1-inch section and I'm going to comb it out, and with my fingers I'm going to hold them a little forward. You can see that I'm holding my fingers more at an angle, making the hair shorter here and longer here. Okay, again, you can see that I'm cutting more hair here and leaving it longer towards the top, so I'm just going to hold my fingers at an angle like that. And by doing this, you're building weight towards the top. Directing the top of my hand out a little bit, and that way I'm keeping it tight on the bottom and building that weight up towards the top. And we're going to use our previous section as our guide while we work all the way around and do both sides. Now that I've done the two sides all the way around, we're going to do the very back from the occipital down, and these sections right here, we're going to hold our fingers in this position. Okay, so we're going to start in the very back, right in the middle. And right here's where I left off before. You can see the guide where the hair is really short. So I'm going to start with the guide right there. I'm going to be cutting down. And you're going to recomb each section. And just continue working your way down to the very hairline by the nape of the neck. Okay, we're going to take the section right next to that one. We're going to work our way over to the side. And again, there's our guide from the very top. And I'm just going to hold that position and cut downward. Okay, we're going to continue doing the same thing in the following sections. Okay, we did all of the sections, so I'm going to continue from where I started in the middle, working my way to the opposite side. And comb that section out. You can see your previous guide, and you're just going to be cutting down. You want to cut the length of a couple of the knuckles on your finger, and then recomb that section to reposition it. And you see your new guide up here. And again, you're going to cut down a couple of lengths and then continue to recomb and reposition as needed. Okay, now that we've done both sides and the very back of his hair, we're going to do the top and the sides on the top. Okay, you can see this haircut works out great for people with thin hair because you're able to leave all of the length and build up the weight on the very top while tapering the sides and making it tight around the sides and the back. Okay, so I'm going to part his hair right down the middle, and I'm going to take a 1/2 inch section right in the very middle, and I'm going to comb that up. And I'm going to hold my fingers like this, and I'm just going to work my way towards the back. Take a piece of the section in front and comb it up and hold it with your fingers at an angle towards the back. Okay, I'm going to take another piece of a section right here. Okay, when you fold his hair over, you can follow your pattern or your guide from the previous section, and just going to continue to comb those sections together and take those all the way back towards the crown. Okay, so now I'm going to do this section, and I'm standing on the opposite side for over direction, and I'm going to start in the middle where I left off at a slight angle, and I'm just going to continue the same technique I did on the other side and working my way towards the back. Okay, so now that I've done the top, I'm going to take the angles and I'm going to comb right here on the part on the left and the right side, those angles. I'm going to comb that up, and I'm just going to trim off the corners right there, this section right here. And comb that section up and trim that. By turning his head to the side, I'm adjusting his position to where I can get the closest haircut. Okay, so for the bangs and the area right here in the front by the recession area, I want to leave that as long as possible. Okay, so I'm going to comb that forward and see how short it is right here. I'm just going to square off those corners. I'm not taking it any shorter in those areas. You can see it's short here and short here, and we just want to blend and connect those two without taking it any shorter. So we're just going to point cut that. Okay, so after you complete the haircut and you have the hairline across the back and around the ears, you're going to trim it up with your trimmers. Use your comb as your guide, and you're just going to comb that down. For a square men's hairline, we're going to keep the angle straight on both sides and across the bottom to give it that boxy or square look. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to use my comb to help hold the hair in place. And it's kind of like a connect the dot type of method. And on the back here, we're going to connect where we left off. Same thing on this side. We're just going to start on the corner, keep our edges straight. Once I get to the top, I fold his ear over and I turn my edges on the side to get up close and in those tight corners around the ears. Okay, I'm just going to square this off by his ear. And again, pull the ear out of the way and turn your edges on the side if you need to get in those tight spots. And you can clean up his edges in the front. And when I'm doing men's haircuts, I do men's grooming also, and I will comb the eyebrows with the comb and just run the trimmers over the eyebrows just to give them a little touch up. Okay, to style his haircut, I'm going to be using some grooming cream by The Crew, and just going to use a little bit of that and put it on my fingertips and work it through his hair. Okay, I'm combing the sides back, and I'm just going to comb the top with my fingers, and we're all set. Okay, final spin. Awesome. I post new videos every Friday. If you'd like to see more hair how-to tutorials, please click on subscribe. And if you'd like to hang out, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my websites, hairhowto.com and cosmetologycharts.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.